And this segment is brought to you by cabbage.com. Make sure April's with me. There we go. There we go. So you guys, cabbage, I love cabbage. I love it. I love being out there and seeing some of these, I call them hate threads, started about cabbage and the fact that they charge for you to borrow money. Absolutely. They are in business. But you know what? I can't go to a bank and get a credit card. I can't go to a bank and get a small business loan. I can go to Cabbage and get money. It's the people that actually look at what I do for a living, which is work for myself and sell stuff online and take my online reputation and give me money to put into my business. I can't even begin to tell you how cool that is. I have made way more money taking Cabbage advances than I've ever paid in fees. So, yep, there's fees. Absolutely. It's not free money. But if you use it the right way, it's going to make you money. And that's the key. Use it the right way. Yeah, I know Beth is a big fan of Cabbage as well. And April, if you could throw that link up one more time. I made this really easy for you guys. This is a no obligation. Go check out. If you can get some money and see what your limit is, getsomecabbage.com. How's that? Easy peasy. It's free to go sign up and check out if you even qualify. Not everybody does. You have to have some criteria in place, but go check it out. It's always nice to fall back on if you need it. And once you go through the process, figure out if you can get some, you know it's there. You know it's there. Even if you never use it, you know it's there. So getsomecabbage.com. Cabbage with a K. Okay, now the stuff on my desk. Yeah, I made you guys wait. It's all good. I got good stuff here this week. Still unpacking my stuff from Seattle. So this is a pair of art glass vases. They are cased, and usually cased glass is going to have white on the inside. Not always. Sometimes it's clear, but usually that when you see pieces that have, the white and then color, you can call that cased glass. These have this really interesting swirl kind of design, almost an end of day, but not quite. I think this was purposely done this way. It's got this yellow into orange and red, sort of a kind of an amberina kind of feel, but I wouldn't call these amberina. I have not done a whole heck of a lot of homework on these yet. Like I said, I just unpacked them. They're quite possibly a really good maker. I'm gonna do a little more research before I list them. I picked up the pair for $20 at an auction out of state, and I, knowing nothing else about them, without even doing any more research, I know that I can ask and get at least $50 a piece. So that's without even knowing what they are. Now, if I find out there's something even better, then it just goes up from there. So, also, at that same auction, I got these two pieces. Now, these are end of day. End of day is that glass that at the end of the day, they've got these glass cane pieces left over from projects they've done during the day, and they kind of put them together and make something out of them. So these have quite an interesting, almost like a little confetti and a venturine. This shape, I'm just going to hold up one. This shape is known as Jack in the Pulpit. A lot of makers make it. There's a lot of them out there. I just noticed this has a chip in it. That's a bummer. I hope that's the same one that had the chip from before. Yeah, TSA opened my suitcase. Because this wasn't chipped when I bought it. So, still okay. It'll still sell. How do you know the end of day? Because it's all a mishmash of colors and doesn't look like it's very purposely made. See how it's just all kind of blended? So look for Jack in the Pulpits. They range all over the place, but there's collectors of both just the Jack in the Pulpit shape as well as if you can figure out who the maker is, then there's collectors for those specific makers as well. So there's some really, really nice pieces in the Jack in the Pulpit style. And these are kind of on the small side. So, they're not huge, huge money. But the one that doesn't have a chip, I'm going to ask $100. Easy on that one. And now this one is probably going to be my loss leader, and I'll probably start it at auction at like $19.95 and let it fly. Let the market decide what it's worth with the damage. Okay. All right, what's next? Oh, paperweights. Oh my gosh, I bought 13 paperweights at the auction last week. I don't have them all here. I just pulled a couple of them to show you. So, oh, and I paid, where's my notes? I paid $45 for 13 paperweights, okay? So my thinking when I bid on these was that even if I only got 10 bucks a piece, I'm still doubling my money, right? I know, it's math. No, it's not a pig, it's a bird. It's a bird, he's got a little tail and a beak. So this is one, and this is big. I don't know, you guys can see like how large this is. It's not signed, it's just a really cool piece, but that's a $50 bill right there. And then, now I did find one, he's got a lot of damage. His little tail is broken. Now I don't know if that happened before I bought him or after he came home, but it is what it is. I mean, it's going to happen. So again, he'll be a loss leader. I'll just start him at auction at $9.85 with all those fun little keywords of, I can call him Venetian, glass, bird, paperweight. Murine would be the style because you can see the swirling and the blending of the glass. He's case. Lots of yummy keywords to pull people in. May not buy him, but they're going to come in and go see all my other glass pieces. Okay. So this is a really cool one. This one is signed. I don't know. It never looks as good on the screen as it does in person, but there's a lot of elements to this. Really well done paperweight, and it is signed, and I don't know if you guys can see it's signed 1984. Oh, it's not going to focus on that, is it? Of course not. You have to trust me that it's signed, but it's signed right here. So not always signed on the bottom. Look for signatures around the edge too. So it is signed 1984. I haven't figured out who done it yet. But yeah, it does look like, actually I think it looks more like an orchid or an iris, probably an orchid. So that's kind of how I'm going to start my searching, but it's really nicely done. That's a $100 bill if I ever saw one. So I know I'll make my money, and all the ones that really like are not, I mean, they're still nice, they're still, art glass paperweights, but I'm going to use them to pull people in to the more expensive ones. That's kind of how I do that. Okay. My glass animals. I love these guys. Okay, so there's 3 of them. 3 of them, and I paid $15 for all 3. And, okay, so you guys are going to love this. Made in China. Made in China. I will tell you, I will take that sticker off. I know. I will not call this Murano. I will call it an art glass. I think he's a gazelle or antelope. I won't misrepresent him, but I'm not going to point out the fact that he's made in China. Okay? It's just because he's being sold on his eye appeal. So he's going to probably go up for about $49.95. Right? He's not that spectacular. Then we got Mr. Jumbo the elephant. Now this is probably a Murano piece. It's got the summer sew technique. It has the scratches and scrapes on the bottom, that show that it's been sitting a while. It's got some age on it. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his trunk up. Trunk up is always going to make an elephant worth more than trunk down. So that is something to think about when you're looking at elephants. It's not a long-nosed pig, Howard. So it's a very heavy, I get to call it a paperweight, figurine, statue, sculpture, art glass, all those good yummy keywords. I'm going to ask $100 for the elephant. My my favorite, and if this has been the only piece that has still paid $15 for the lot, is the art glass bowl. And I don't know if you guys can see. Let me show you the non-label side. Can you see the really cool technique done inside there? I mean, he's just awesome. He's awesome, awesome. And again, that's a $100 bill all day long. He's very cool. I love him. I love him. All right, moving right along. Since we're on Venetian glass, like it's too tall to get the whole thing in the picture. Okay, so they had a really pretty decanter set. It's amethyst glass, purple glass, amethyst glass. It's got a really neat stopper with the gold gilt in really good shape. Okay, so I got this and one, two, I have to count, six of the little glasses that go with it. It is still, well, the decanter itself doesn't have it, but the little glasses have their Made in Italy stickers. Okay, so I got this for $38, and I'm going to ask $200. It's definitely worth that all day long. All right, remember I said we're going to revisit that mark that we talked about earlier? So we've got, let me just focus in on this. This is not Dresden, but the auction house called it Dresden style, which I guess technically it is. So it's got a pair of crossed arrows. It's really well done, and that's what sparked my interest. I took a chance on this piece. I did not know who done it. I believed it to be German when I bought it, but see the quality of the painting, the details. I knew it was a nice piece, and it's got that eye appeal. Eye appeal. So I paid $45 for this. Imagine my surprise when I have found the mark is Kalk, K-A-L-K, Kalk. And it is worth about $250. So it just had a really nice look. I went with my gut. Had somebody else bidding against me who was pretty knowledgeable, so I figured, what the heck, I'm going for it. Yep. And Madonnas and Child, Mary and Child things, they do really well. Okay, last but not least, because we're running out of time, I love this. I am so in love with this. I bought this a couple weeks ago. This is my Art Deco lamp that I paid $125 for. And this is going in my bedroom until it sells. So it's getting priced high. I'm putting a $1,000 price tag on this because I just love it, love it, love it. I love Art Deco. Let me show you. Look at the plug, you guys. Look for these old plugs. I don't want this thing to come apart and drop. It's making me nervous. Okay, so see that plug? That's a bullseye of a very, very old lamp. It's probably 1930s. It's very cool, and it works. They had it lit up at the auction house. I can plug it in. When it's plugged in, this has got amber glass, and it is glass, not plastic. Just a really awesome piece that I am going to ask $1,000 and just enjoy it until it sells. Yep. So that's about it for this week, guys. I still managed to get it all wrapped up, didn't I? So I don't know. Did you guys like that? Did you guys like seeing the stuff on my desk in the final segment? Oh, we can switch it up from time to time. Don't want to get too predictable. Oh, and none of you guys are supposed to remember seeing plugs like that. Oh, you guys are funny. Yeah, so some of you are saying you can get replacement plugs that look the same. So you got to be aware. Those replacement plugs, they're not going to have some of the telltale signs of age. There's wear and scratches and little dents and dings and just wear and soiling and things that come from age that you really can't mimic. So you have to look at the whole picture. If the lamp looks, like questionable as to age and the plug is old, You do your homework. Make sure it's all authentic. This one, there's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Howard asked, how do people get into the store after they look at the loss leaders? Because eBay has a link that says see other items. You can also put a link down in your listings to take people over to similar items. So keep that in mind. Yep. Oh, look, here he comes. Cause and trouble. He always shows up at the end of the show to see when I'm quitting, to see when he's going to get fed dinner. You guys know that's what he's doing, right? He sees the clock and says, oh, look at that. It's 6:01. She's running over. All right, you guys, I hope to see many of you tomorrow on the Art Glass webinar. If you're interested for more information on that, just go on over to the website. It's right there at the top of the page, right there. And with that, guys, go be profitable and make it fun. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Who let them count?